Okay, so time is up. The countdown is over. The wait is over. Let's get started. Welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub, and today is Wednesday, the day when I play a game in the classical time control. And the guys who are under 1200 from our hub are engaged in a battle. There is a tournament that Vihang has created for them. So it's the under 1200 tournament, and I'm sure that it will be something to watch out for. So I'm keen for the results, because now for the first time those people will not be overshadowed by the big guns like Saumitra, Vihang, Kshitij, Samartha. So they will have a chance to prove their talent and maybe get some more rating points as well. Good experience, good learning experience for all, no doubt about that. For the moment, here is what we are going to do. We are going to play a game. If the game is over with some time to spare, we will deal with some tactical positions. I want the board settings to be wood and the alpha pieces upon your request. I also want all the students to listen to the lecture recorded by Omkar sir, our faculty member. Have uploaded it today, this morning, that is. And some of the students have watched it. Vihang has been very active. In fact, Vihang has put all the solutions according to him. He has put all the solutions there, whatever he thought, and let's see if they all are right. And Anglo-Indian boy is asking me about Arnav Rajesh Shirke. Yes, Arnav Rajesh Shirke is whom I know. Yes, Arnav Rajesh Shirke. Yeah, absolutely. So you are his pen friend. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. I know him. He is my student. So convey hi. Probably I would now like to guess, has he told you about us? Is that how you... is that how Anglo-Indian boy, is that how you learned about us? Let me know. Meanwhile, here it is, leeches, and the way I am going to select my moves is what I have written here. I'm going to find out a good opponent. Well, we have an opponent here. We've got a game as well. Let us actually select a good board theme. We're looking at wood 4 and we are looking at the alpha piece set. So this is the setting that you all like. Well, can we go for the Nimzo Indian? Do we go for d4, d5? I think we'll stick to what we do best. About our opponent's experience, well, he has played 62 games. So not a lot of games, 62 games. And as usual, well, we will go through all the points before making moves. I remember when we played the last time, I violated one of the important principles. I remember there was this rook e8 move, or maybe rook e1 move that I missed. I don't want to do anything like that today, so we are going to be very critical about it. Let's look at a forced sequence here. Is there any forced sequence? I don't see a forced sequence here. Is there a checkmate? No. Is there a hanging piece? Well, at the moment only this pawn is hanging. So we could go for a move like c5, but if he takes it, I'm going to have to take with the bishop maybe. So I'm not okay with that. Developmental move, surely castling is on my cards. So is d5, by the way. Strategic move will be the move which is b6 and a waiting move. Well, there's no question of a waiting move here. c5 looks tempting, immediately posing a question. So do we want to do that? If we play c5 and if he plays a3, then what happens? I take the pawn and he takes my bishop. I take the knight, he takes with the queen. Okay, that's not a bad thing, but I'll give up my bishop pretty early. So let's go for castling. That's my intention. Hello Sanchit, you've joined it. And good that you've watched Omkar sir's lecture. Our opponent is playing very fast. He's prepared for all the moves maybe. And now definitely d5 is the move. Again, there is only pawn on d4 that's hanging, but I don't want to commit to c5 so soon. So d5 is pretty solid in this situation. Now, one thing is for sure, that last time our opponent gifted us a win. He was clearly winning and I don't understand why, but he just left the game. I clearly remember we were lucky to win that game. Now here our opponent has taken on d5. The question is, do we take with the pawn or with the knight? Of course, there is a pawn in the center and then this bishop will also have some scope. So I'm going to take it with the pawn. Interesting things happening. This is theory. We are still in the main line of Nimzo Indian, no doubt about that. And now what are we going to do here? Forced sequence. Is there a forced sequence? Not quite. There is no forced sequence that I see. Is there a hanging piece? Well, not anymore. Nothing is hanging except the queen. But I cannot play bishop f5 here because there's no support. Then developmental move. Yeah, sure. Now that means that we can play move like rook to e8. We can play knight to c6. We can push c5 or c6 even for that matter. Or even better, go for a move like bishop g4, rerouting the bishop on this along this diagonal. So I think this move is better. I just want to put the pieces in front of important pieces. So I'm lining up the rook nicely with the king. Let's see what our opponent does. What was our opponent's nationality? Not mentioned. The VW Farin. That's what he says in his ID. And he has played 45 blitz games. He's played 437 rapid games. What about bullet? He has played only 2 bullet games. So his ID is fairly new to Lichess. He might have played games at other places, but at least on Lichess his experience is not very high. Can go for this move here. Mind you, this is always a battery aiming against h7. At the moment there is nothing to worry. I don't think there is anything to really be worried about for the moment. In fact, I can go ahead and play this. Can't I? I can. And now I can play c5 as well, maybe. I don't want to play c6 and block the pawn behind the knight. Do I want to do that? I don't want to block it. So c5 probably looks strong because I can put my knight behind the pawn. If it takes, I can take with the bishop, or maybe even leave it at that. Now I can put my knight c6 behind the pawn. Later, someday, I would hope to put the knight here with a fork. My bishop is ready to come into action, but not yet. Let him commit to castling first. Knight surely coming on c6. As of now, that looks likely. Good to see our opponent utilizing time. The ratings are fairly matched. I must say he is 1976 and we are 1982. The rating is fairly balanced. I have not seen Samartha in a few days since the last few lectures. So anyone who has any idea, kindly let me know. So we can now dislodge the bishop. Can definitely do that. Let's dislodge the bishop. If we do that, goes back, right? Now the knight is not hanging anymore. I want the open C file for the queen. So that's why I took there, because I wanted the open file for the rook. So now very quickly I'm going to put my bishop on g4 and maybe then knight bd7 and then my rook on c8. Who knows? The question now for him is whether he takes back with the pawn or with the knight. Let's see what he does here. This will be interesting. My pawn on d5 is solid. There's no problem there. It is 15 plus 15 games, so it's taken with the pawn. will be, if I want to put my knight here, well then I better get the bishop out first. If I have to put the knight on c6, then that should not be a problem. But still, I guess that bishop g4 is better, simply because I can put pressure on the knight and then d4 pawn is hanging. Then we'll see, we'll keep it flexible about where we want to put our knight. Interesting. So knight could go now to d7, knight b d7 or knight c6 with the intention of taking on d4. And then finally our objective of playing rook a c8. Bishop e6 would not do much. I'm afraid that doesn't do much there. So our bishop is protected. I have no problems. But should I give him the bishop so early? I don't want to do that. If I go here, he plays g4. No, he cannot play g4 yet. Eventually, I'll settle here. But first, I believe I will play knight b d7 and I try to win a pawn here. Could be a threat here. So he has pinned the knight. I can very easily unpin that by first asking the question. But if I do that, he is going to definitely take here, and then play this. Maybe take here. Will he do that? Wouldn't this be better then? If I play this move, he can take here. So I guess it's best if I just take the knight on c3 first, eliminating that threat. Taking that out of the equation. So now my d5 pawn is not in threat anymore. I can then unpin with the queen d6 move. I can play queen d6 here. Or rather I can do this. But if I do this, then he can take. And I'll have to take with the pawn. If I take with the queen, my knight will be hanging. Guys, watch this. Very important. Now h6 definitely looks okay. After h6 he can take. Can he push g5? I'll come back. Maybe pose a question. No, I don't want to pose a question. Maybe here. h6 just looks good. Because then the back rank is also not a threat then. I guess h6 looks okay here. Remember what I said, guys, before this move? Let me show you. If I would have played knight b d7, he would have taken my knight on f6 first. And if queen takes, then the knight was hanging. So that's why if I had played knight b d7 after he takes, I would have to take with the g pawn. It's an important thing, guys. I hope you enjoyed that calculation. The game is in the balance here. But one thing is for sure, c3 is weak here. And it's the bishop that's in front of the queen, not queen in front of that bishop. So that's a good thing here. And now I can play this move, queen d6. Surely. This pawn looks good for us. My next move can surely be knight to c6. Or even better, knight b d7 with the same idea. Oh, now what he wants to do is to plan a discovered attack. Certainly not okay there. That's not okay. Question is, where do I want to go with my queen? I don't want to go anywhere here so that he gains a tempo. Let's get back. Let's see if he wants a draw. Rayansh, meanwhile, Kshitij is saying that Rayansh is the early leader with 4 points there. Wonderful. And Kavish and Radhesh are also on a winning streak, which is brilliant. Wonderful. Good to see all those people in action there. It's really wonderful. Attacking. I am not deeply concerned with that. Although I must watch out for this now. At some stage. He's using a lot of time. So now the students are telling me that in the tournament, some time back it was Atharva who's the leader, and now it's Rayansh who's the leader. I'm very happy. They also today have a chance for a podium finish. I'm very happy with those guys. They are doing their best. Wonderful. Now that's not a big issue. If I do this, then he plays the knight here, and then suddenly I have to make a move, a clumsy looking move like queen to c8, and then he has knight check because he has the rook support. Let's try to understand here. If I make the move knight bd7, he has knight c6. My queen will have to go to c8, and then he has knight to e7 check, at least winning the exchange, because I'll have to take with the rook, otherwise he's going to take my queen. Just enjoy this calculation. Again, if I play knight bd7, he plays knight c6, attacking my queen. My queen will not have c7 because it's bishop. So that means that I will have to go with my queen to c8, and then he has knight e7 check, which is the fork, and therefore I'll have to give my exchange. That's the point. The thing now I'm looking at is a move like knight f. So I will have to then consider what happens if there is this check. Can I go back here? Or f8 or h8, are those squares okay? Well, I guess those squares are okay. I have to get rid of this knight. Can't tolerate that for long in that territory. How about this one? Yeah. Let's try this. So let's see now. The tournament, Prajna was defeated by Rayansh. Well, somebody can look into Prajna's games and let me know if she's using time, because that was the feedback I had given Prajna on Sunday. She should use her time. She normally doesn't use her time, and that's the constant feedback I give her virtually every Sunday. So yes, Rayansh, you say defeated Prajna, but it will be interesting to see if Prajna used her time. Daksh has joined us. Daksh, welcome. Daksh Sani. We are playing a game you can see here on Leeches. It's a classical time control. Later we are going to do tactics. Well, Daksh, if you want to join our group for tournament, we play a tournament on Friday. So Daksh, let me know if you're interested. I'll add you to the group and you can play a tournament on Friday. So please, Daksh can let me know. We play a tournament every Friday here. If interested, let me know. So he has given us a check as expected. Now the thing about this check is, should I go h8 or should I go f8? Taking that is out of question, supported by the queen here, calculated that. Let's look at the pros and cons. If I go to f8, I come near the rook, but I stay away from this h7 square. What happens if I go h8? Well, then there is knight f7 threat, but at the moment controlled by bishop. What do I want? What do I want? To be honest, you know what? I prefer f8. Let's see. I'll take the knight first. Really don't like that knight sitting there for so long. So, yes. So, Daksh, you can probably, what you can do is WhatsApp me, dear. Daksh can WhatsApp me on my number. I can later share that number. Kindly email me, Daksh. I'll send you the number. Okay. Daksh, you cannot WhatsApp? I didn't get that. What do you mean? How about this move? How about this move? Checkmate threaten. This bishop here, it's not a problem actually. The bishop itself is threatened. What if I just come back? Bishop will be protected. There will be no checkmate. What will be his next plan if I do that? Check, maybe? Bishop takes, bishop takes. Let's calculate this, guys. If I go knight f6, can he give me knight g6 check? Take with the pawn first. This is interesting. This calculation has to be done. Now, knight takes e5 will be queen takes h4. Very important. Daksh, that means that you're not on WhatsApp. Okay, I will take here, he will take here. Then where does the knight go? That's the main question. Where does this knight go? I'll take, let's calculate this. If I take, he can take my bishop first. Then where is this knight going? No, I don't like that. Knight f6. Knight back to f6. Why is that not good? Why is that not good? For that matter, knight takes, he will take my bishop first. I don't want to give my bishop first. Now if we play knight e7, my bishop is hanging. I'm not a big fan of giving my bishop free like that. I don't want to give my bishop free. Good, Daksh, you said that you've emailed me. Alright. Thank you so much, Daksh. Okay, back to my game. Getting distracted very easily here. Tournament going on, chatting going on. I'm saying if I take this, it takes my bishop, and I don't know where I'm going with my knight after that. If I do this, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, it's happening here. If I go knight f6, what is his next move? I'm only thinking about this move at the moment, at least. Let's see now what happens. I've covered my bishop, I've stopped the mate, I've attacked the bishop. I've achieved 3 things in this move. We are going to analyze this game, guys, later. 100%. By this move, I have saved the bishop, I've attacked his bishop, and I've saved the checkmate threat as well. So that is what I thought I achieved. Yes, so thank you, Vyang, letting me know that she had 3 minutes left, in more than 3 minutes left when she lost. Okay, 2 games. Twice she lost when she had more than. I will do that, Daksh. I will send you the details. Don't worry. That's Friday. That's 2 days from today. And yes, Vihang, thank you so much for letting me know. So I think the tradition of the feedback will continue for Prajna, because again, for Prajna, same feedback every time. Use your time, use your time. She plays so fast. Why? Well, I would also contemplate a move like Queen e7. There's a back rank threat, but I should get out of the check first. Because if I play Queen e7, immediately he has a check. And even if I were to take that, I guess he can take my queen. That also is a very complicated line. Queen e7, knight g6 check. If I take with the pawn, if he takes my queen, I can take his queen. He can take my rook, I can take his rook. Well, complicated that. Can I say his bishop is really odd here? Finally a move. I can't play this at the moment, at least, can I? Because he can take with the queen. I play the bishop. I can play it, right? I can take the bishop. Or rather play the bishop. One support there only. So I'll lose a pawn. Queen d6 again. Again bishop. Well, I guess I'm going to have to play that. The only problem is that the knight on b8 has not been developed. While his pieces are doing everything. So there is stake there. Take. I can do this, right? If he takes. If he takes, that is. No, I can't. If I do this, it's checkmate. No, not checkmate, but I lose a pawn as well. Well, yes, we are a piece down. And we are in such a bad position that we cannot move the knight. Because he will take, and that will be a fork. And there is still a checkmate threat. How about going here? Still a checkmate threat. If I play this, he takes here. Queen in between. It's a lost position, guys. 100% lost position. If I would have captured with a pawn, would have threatened the knight, but then would have exposed my king. Could have done that. Yes, I could have done that, guys. And I wonder why he did not do this. Okay. Queen here. Now that I've stopped the mate. Who knows? Now at least the mate was stopped. So I like that. At least. No! I wanted to put the queen on e6. Just to protect the f7 pawn. Now this is a lost position. Forced. That's a simple skewer. Should see that. Queen g8 is a simple skewer. Should see that. It's easy to spot. It's a skewer. Why is he taking so long? It's an easy skewer to see. He wins my rook. Finally he does that and probably wants it this way. If I take, he takes, then wins my rook. No, sorry. Now you don't win the rook. But now mate is swift, I believe. She has this check. If I go here, checkmate. Why does it take so long? This is very simple to calculate. It's just check. I can't block or go anywhere. Goes here. Queen check. Nowhere because this rook covers everything. This pawn covering this. So I have to put the queen in between and that's game over. 2 moves. Easy to calculate. Why is it taking so long? It just is easy to calculate. Check. I block it with the queen and then you take the queen and checkmate. Okay, he did the checkmate in that way. Okay, which is fantastic. We lost it. We will analyze it where we could have done better. Let's see. Okay, so computer says I should have gone for this this knight c6 move. So now here, look at this. This was massive, +4. Okay, so bishop g4 was a little in urgency, and because I had predetermined that I want to put my rook on c8, I never played this knight to c6, but computer says that that was strong. And here clearly the game was lost. I got a chance to come back in the game. Here I had calculated this, but then if he would have taken here, I had have to take with the pawn, exactly, or the knight. Yeah, could have been. That also was a possibility. Back to d8 was a good move. Here he wanted me to play this. If he had taken here, I would take. He would take. Okay, still +2. So basically, back to the start of the game. Yeah, knight c6. Knight c6, if he takes, I take, would be perfectly fine, even after the pawn loss. Even after the pawn loss. I did not calculate that much. That despite of the h7 pawn loss, it's still 0.2. That's fantastic. That is brilliant. Guys, let's play one more 5+3 and then go to tactics. We still have a lot of time. So let's play a quick a quick game, but not a classical time control. 4+0. Let's play 4+0. Our opponent is higher rated than us. This is kind of a Sorensen defense. I wonder why. Why is he just doing that? Now the bishop here. Castle as soon as possible. Let's see what he does now. Can take here, right? No. Oh, he wants to do that. Hey, buddy. I'll take. Fine by me. Yeah, we need to play fast now, surely. So we are keeping our options open as far as that bishop is concerned, where we want to go with it. Even maybe this one is not bad. Okay, so this looks promising. He doesn't have this square, by the way. I have the bishop. So he is giving his exchange. Good to know that. Good to know that. Very good. That's a free piece. Okay. have I done? You would have taken the piece back. Is not alert, this fellow. Very bad. Not alert. Have this. Nice. By the way, I have this pawn anytime I want, guys. Check. 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 Okay. Okay. Winning the rook here. Yeah, we won the game fair and square. So good to defeat a 2027 player. That's nice. It's always good to beat a higher rated player. Okay, but still we have a lot of time. But I think now it is safe to start with the tactics. So get ready. I will just bring the screen to the web and chat thing. Yes, we are winning and we have won that game. But let me get ready now for our tactics. I'm going to have the default settings for the board, okay? That helps. It makes it easy for the arrows. The first one is going to be white to play. I'll get rid of the notepad. Don't need that now. It's white to play. Here are your arrows for white. Do you wish to play the green arrow? Do you wish to play the blue arrow check? Do you wish to play... Ooh, yeah, you can actually go ahead and push the... Oops, not that. Push the pawn. And last but not the least, you could... No, not that. Maybe just push the pawn. Or is it none of these? Is it none of these? That's also the option you have. So let me know which arrow is perfect according to you. It is white to play, guys. Okay, the time is up. What are the seniors saying? Let's see. I think I have only got Jay's answer so far. What happened, Soumitra? Where are you? Agree with Jay. Chinmay says that Jay is right. So Chinmay thinks that the blue arrow is right. The line that Jay has said is rook e6 check. Okay, so let's see what Jay is actually saying here. Jay follows the blue arrow and he is saying that it's rook e6 check. Then the king will go to f4. Then you have the other rook coming in the game, rook f1 check. And then the king will go to g3. Then there's rook g6 check, king h2. Okay, same as Vihang. Same as Vihang. Did Vihang say a line? When did Vihang say? Oh, Vihang also said it. Rook e6. So Vihang also agrees with the blue arrow. All right, fantastic. The blue arrow is correct. So let's do it actually. Rook e6 check. Bring the other rook in the game as well. Did Vihang also say the same? That means Vihang and Jay were saying the same. In fact, they have the same answer, is it not? Yeah, they almost have the same answer. Now, did they type king g3 as well? Yeah, they did. Rook g6 check. And now king h2, both calculated that much. It's amazing. It's rook f2 check here, I believe. Rook f2 check. Vihang said rook f2 check. Did Jay think that? Yes, Jay also thought of the same. Now king h3, did they calculate that? Bishop f1. And now rook h2 mate. Fantastic. So I'm sure Daksh, you understood this. Daksh actually thought that the red one was the correct one. Soumitra wanted to type everything. So Soumitra says that it takes a long time to type, appreciate and accept it. Yes, it does take a long time because the variation was quite big. 100%. That checkmate was not easy to see. Fantastic. Sanchit, good if you support. The same reason. What reason? Not using time. I am going to look at those games. 101%. Those are important. Okay guys, next tactic. The next tactic is again black to play. Your options as a black player here. Do you want to play the green arrow? Do you want to play this knight takes g4 move? Do you want to play the rook to g3 check? Or do you want to play a move which is a pawn push? Or is it none of these? Guys, none of these can be an option, I'm telling you. This time it is black to play, not white to play. Okay, so Bhargav is meanwhile saying that he lost because of a discovered attack. Okay. People are mostly supporting red. Okay, the time is up. And so what's the answer? The answer is indeed the red arrow this time. Fantastic. Well done. Now Soumitra has the answer. There was not much to type here, I guess. So let me do it. The red arrow is 100% right. And I think rook takes g4 will be a discovered check and mate in fact. Wonderful. So all those who said red arrow, congratulations. The next position is going to be black to play yet again. So let me give you the arrows for this one. Then do you want to push the pawn, or do you want to play bishop to e5? Do you want to play the move queen to e3, or do you want to play the move rook to c5, or is it none of these? I repeat, none of these is a very plausible option sometimes. Hello, Manoj Keher from Madhya Pradesh. Welcome. Where have you been? So Manoj, what do you think here? Which arrow is the best one? The best move for black? Sanchit is saying same as Soumitra's line. By the way, the tournament that our guys are playing under 1200, let me know. It must be the last 8 minutes of action there. No problem, Manoj. All the best. I appreciate you. You're preparing for, what is that? UPSC? What are you doing? UPSC, MPSC? What kind of exam is that, Manoj? Okay, the time is up, and Manoj has made a guess. He's saying maybe yellow, I think. And let us look at the answers. People are saying green. The seniors, Jay said green. Soumitra is saying h4. The queen gets deflected by h4. But, well, let's see what others are saying. Chinmay saying green arrow. Meanwhile, Manoj is saying the MPSC. MPPSC. Give me the full form, Manoj. That's interesting. MPPSC. Let me know what that is. I'm proud of you already. Fantastic. So the point of this position. Thank you, Soumitra. You have actually told us a lot about the tournament. Reyansh is the leader and 22 points with the fire streak, with the bonus streak, that is. And Kavish is at 18 points but without the streak, the winning streak. Magnificent. This is interesting. Okay, so people are saying the green arrow, and the green arrow is right indeed, simply because that's a deflection. Anywhere the queen would go, anywhere the queen would go, this knight is hanging. Fantastic. All those who said it, fantastic. Did Daksh make a guess this time? Daksh, had you guessed? Daksh, we will talk about everything in the email. You've sent an email to me, right? You can just type whatever it is in the email and then we will take it from there. Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission. Oh, so it is the MPSC, but fine then. So MPPSC, fine. Rayansh has lost 0 games. Okay, I will check that. The next one is going to be white to play. So I'm going to draw the arrows. There's this pawn that black has. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just take the bishop? Do you want to take the pawn? Do you want to play the queen to a6? Or do you want to play... What are the other options I can give you? Yeah, do you want to play queen to b5, or is it still something else? Maybe something that I'm missing. It is white to play. Okay, the time is up. So people mostly are saying the green one, and the thing is the green one is right. Let me show you why I think it is so. The thing is, if you take here, even if it's a check, the question is you can block it this way, or you can take the queen, but you will have another queen on the board. So the better idea is to block it, I suppose. Yep, blocking that. Jay could not calculate further. So queen g1, Jay, that's what you were missing, queen g1. And now guys, for the last tactic for today. This is going to be the last tactic for this session. So very good session. The classical game we lost. We learned that knight c6 move is very good in that main line there. The other one, the blitz one, I won the game. Blitz or rapid, what was that? I think it was blitz, right? Blitz game I won. We defeated 2000 players, that was satisfactory. And now for the tactic, this is the last tactic. We are going to meet tomorrow, remember. Tomorrow is the lecture for the A batch. So we are going to meet tomorrow. And the last tactic, it is going to be white to play. And for one last time, let me draw the arrows. So are you interested in playing a move like bishop to h5? Are you interested in playing g4? Are you interested in making the move queen to f7, or are you interested in playing the king? Or is it none of these? Last one, guys. It is white to play. Soumitra says it is a little confusing. Well, it's not. Let me come on cam. Well, really, Soumitra, you thought it was confusing. That's because maybe the pattern is new. So you will learn this and you will enjoy this position. Let me take you to the position. Now, Soumitra, watch this closely. What's going to, even Manoj, watch this. What's going to happen here is the bishop h5 has the merit of bishop g6 checkmate. I'm sure, Soumitra, you saw that, right? Kindly tell me in the chat. I'm sure you saw that. Bishop h5 and then bishop g6 is just check and mate. Soumitra, bishop g6 is checkmate. That's the first thread. Okay? And so what happens is that if he plays a move like e5 to bring the queen support, then what we do is we can play the bishop to f7. The threat then will be queen g8 checkmate. Soumitra, enjoy this and kindly let me know in the chat if you're following this. Bishop h5, even Manoj, the threat is bishop g6 checkmate. Now to stop this checkmate, what black will do is push e5 so that the queen covers g6 square. But then you can put the bishop on f7 because then the threat will be queen g8 checkmate so that these squares are taken. So let's see. Best move. So clearly he has played this, supporting this g6 now. So now the idea is to play the bishop to f7. And now this queen here. No, wait a minute. Yes, that can be done. The queen to g8 check and h8 mate. Queen g8 check, h6. Oh, because of this pawn. How nice. Yeah, this is checkmate. So I'm sure that Soumitra and Manoj, you enjoyed this. So Manoj, we were not going for the pawn here. We were not just interested in a pawn here, Manoj. It was a beautiful checkmate. Wonderful. And now time for us to stop. It was wonderful presenting this to you. We will meet tomorrow. So Manoj, if you can join us tomorrow, that will be wonderful. Tomorrow at 1800 hours is a lecture for the A batch. 6 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. And thank you so much for joining as usual. Take care. Stay at home. Okay. And please try to find out where Samartha is. I've not seen him in. Sanchit, where is Samartha? You could tell me. Let me know. Samartha has not been spotted here. Okay. Anyway, We'll stop for now and we'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye.